I am the new leader of Q. Welcome to the Tyler Fischer Show, and hey guys, that's right. Big announcement. Big.
Frankly, it's the biggest. Nobody does announcements like we do on the Tyler Fischer Show, right? We love the show. We're a big fan. Melania loves it. I can't even rip her off the TV or the pod device. I don't even know what they are, but frankly, this is big stuff. So let's just. How do I even get into this? I guess I just do. I guess I just talk about it. Okay. So, as you know, welcome, Freddie. Freddie's on set, my labradoodle, my mini labradoodle, my co-producer. So, first of all, let's just talk about, I don't know what the hell I'm wearing. I'm trying to look nice, but I forget how to dress up. So, it's a kind of a mix of my lazy quarantine look with trying to look like it. Look at me. I got a blazer on. I got beard hairs all over me. I got a winter hat on. This ugly yellow shirt. I look like a homeless guy just found $100 on the ground. It's like, I'm set for life, huh? Look at me. That's right. You hear that horn? They know. Fucking round of hot dogs. I look like if I went to the Plaza Hotel, I'd be like, could I see your milk menu? I'd like to buy that lady a glass of whole milk from old T-Bone. I'd go to Peter Luger's and just get a side of cream spinach, like for my whole meal, which is like $20, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about being the new leader of QAnon. They have chosen their new leader, and they have been looking for a new leader, and they found it. I found that out last night. I didn't know. They didn't reach out to me directly. They have a different sort of way of operating, which is they'll let you know through Facebook. So I'm on stage last night, and I get a message from somebody I went to school with, and she goes, hey, just a heads up, you're blowing up on the QAnon pages on Facebook. And she sent me a screenshot. And my video was shared hundreds of times. And my first thought was, I'm not kidding. My first thought was, ooh, I hope they tagged me. And I asked her, that was the first question. I go, did they tag me? And she said no. And I go, oh, probably for the best. But my comedy whore brain was like, hey, I can get a couple extra 100 followers. But they didn't. They just ripped my video down. And you know what? I don't know much about QAnon at all. I know they're into some conspiracies and whatnot. But you know what? If that's a representation of QAnon, just taking my video down and putting it up without tagging me, then I'm not joining. Okay? I'm not joining. So I didn't believe her that it was all QAnon people. So then I started scrolling through some of the Facebook pages to see, like, do they just have an American flag on their profile picture? Because nowadays a lot of people will go like, oh, you're patriotic? Looks like you think Tom Hanks is a pedophile, Mr. Pizzagate. So let's see if I could find the page. We'll scroll through them. Why don't we do that? Why don't we scroll through? I'm finding the guy who posted it. Let's see. Okay, first thing he wrote was he's marked safe from the Chinese rocket debris, which is actually pretty funny. I'm sorry. That's pretty funny. And then what else? There's a bird's nest. He has a TV outside. This is actually good content. He has a TV outside and he just wrote, dumb dove keeps building a nest on my TV. Fucking dumb doves keep building a goddamn nest, and it's a picture of a bird's nest on his outdoor TV. See, like, to me, as a comedian, I go, this is a funny page because this is what some, like, underground, like, more obscure comedians do, is they just have pages like this, and So anyways, and then here it is. Perfect Fauci impression with like 12 laughing emojis. Here we are. So let's look at the shares, and we'll start looking through these pages to see. All right, I'm just gonna pick a random page and look. Okay, a lot of American flags in the photo. That's fine. I'm patriotic, so that's fine. Okay, there's a picture of Thomas Jefferson in sunglasses with a joint that says, if a law is unjust, break that motherfucker. Thomas Jefferson, probably. Let's see. Here's another one. Your birth certificate is the title of the soul that they own in your registries. They have registered you, and that is the title to your soul. Okay, yep, could be something. I'm not going to say QAnon, but could be something. On the papal bull, it says that all of the souls of the world belong to the Roman Catholic Church. Okay. And they technically do because no one has challenged their claim. The Vatican owns everything. Okay. They fucked a lot of kids, so I'm not, you know what I mean? So maybe they've done other stuff. I don't know if they own us, but could be. Fun fact, the majority of archaeologists are women due to their natural habit to dig up the past. Okay, that's actually funny. Okay, so anyways, we'll click on one. Okay, so I'd say she had a mix of conspiracies and funny stuff. I liked that archaeological meme. That was good. So, okay, we're going to click on one more just to see if it really is all QAnon. The last one I looked at last night said Bill Gates released 6 billion mosquitoes into the atmosphere to cause global warming or something like that. So that was, I'd say I put down a check for Q on that one. It's hard because I also appreciate anyone who shares my stuff. Okay, something from the Bible. Fine. That's fine. I'm religious in my own sort, my higher power. Gelato, as you know. Here we go. Facebook employees going through my memories so they can ban me for something I posted 6 years ago. Okay, that's funny. Let's see what else. Happy Mother's Day. And a lot of Bible stuff. Okay, all right. So you don't want to conflate two things. You don't want to conflate someone who's patriotic and religious with being a conspiracy theorist QAnon person. So if I look through all these, I'd have a better idea. I'm not going to do that to you right now. But either way, I saw this coming because, and maybe you saw my clip of my stand-up joke after the Capitol insert word. Storming, resurrection, aggressive rally, whatever you want to say. I don't want to piss anybody off here, okay? Because frankly, I asked for a peaceful protest. I said, we're going down peacefully and patriotically, and then they blamed me for it. But it was a cold day, and I said I'd march with them, but I didn't. I had to go back home because Sean Hannity was on, and you know I can't miss Sean because he talks about me an awful lot, okay? So the joke was about how the far left and the far right look exactly the same. And, you know, like, look at me, dude. I could be the leader of QAnon or the fucking CEO of yoga. You don't know, man. I could be the fucking, I could have started Pizzagate, and I could also own all of the kale chip stock. You don't know. I could ride to work in a pickup truck with a fucking shotgun hanging out of the fucking window, or a unicycle holding an espresso. You don't know, and it's confusing, and you can see how that's starting to come to fruition. It's come to fruition. Things have come to mortician. It's come to fibrillation. You miss George Bush? I don't know. Maybe I do. Who knows? So, what's so crazy to me is, like, this Fauci video is one of the biggest impression videos I've ever had on the. It's the first viral Twitter video I have. It's got 500,000 views on Twitter. the only other viral video that I made, aside from a prank, like where it's like just me, is a viral yoga joke that got 2 million views. It got like 1.5 million on Facebook, a ton on YouTube, everywhere else, and it got shared on every single yoga studio's page, probably in the country. This was years ago, and I suddenly was getting recognized, and I used to do a lot of yoga, and not for any health reasons. I was trying to get taller, just to lengthen my legs so I can get a goddamn fucking Tinder date for once. And these women were coming up to me like, I know you. And I was like, what? Me? They're like, I know your video. I shared your video. And then all these yoga teachers would come up to me and be like, I'm a little nervous when you're in class because I'm afraid you're like sitting in the back writing new jokes. So I stopped going to yoga because it was so weird. I would sit in the back, which is where you want to sit if you want to fart. You can't fart in yoga. Don't kid yourself. I've tried it. It's like a hollow room made of bamboo. It's like farting into a giant guitar. They know it's you, especially if you're the only dude in the class. They fucking know it's you. Once my balls were hanging out. That's a true story. I was wearing shorts, mesh shorts. My undies were so loose because I'd had them for about 35 years, which is a year longer than I've been alive. But I had them even before. I was, men start working on their undies before they even come out. And my balls were hanging out. For how long? I don't know. Could have been for 10 poses. Yep, I was doing downward facing balls. Downward dangling ball pose. Everybody get in a downward dangling ball pose. Oh, there's only one guy in here, Tyler. Go ahead and let those loose, okay? Let those danglers out. And it's a hot room, so the balls are going to extend. They're going to be extra long, so it's a recipe for disaster. So now I got the could be right or far right that really love this video. And then the incredibly liberal yoga people. So I'm just imagining, like, in a few months, my comedy show finally selling out. Like, I could sell out a club, and half the crowd are yoga teachers, and half the crowd is, like, right-wing people, and maybe a couple QAnon sprinkled in. And then just, like, all hell breaking loose. I'll show you the clip. So this is a stand-up joke I wrote the night of the Capitol situation, and explaining that the right and the left look alike, and that if we get in a civil war, it could be sticky. So this I wrote in the Uber on the way to the show because I was like, I want to write this tonight and get it out right away. So here's that clip.
Jokes on Brooklyn. We all look the same. The serious Trump supporters and the people who live in Bushwick have the same style. You guys don't know that I wasn't at the riot yesterday. I mean, that's it. That's the issue. You don't know I'm not the guy from the picture who stole the podium, right? Take it, Bob. Take it. Quick. Come on. If there's a civil war, that's going to be a problem trying to figure out who's on what side. We're going to have to ask them very obscure questions on the battlefield to find out. Like, put it down. Hold on. Are you one of us? What's a macchiato? It's a small fox. No, shit. Damn it.
Frankly, he's got talent, they say, right? As they say, Howard Stern says he's got talent. Tyler, you've got talent. You've got a lot of talent. I can't do Howard Stern. Maybe I could. I'll work on that. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. All I know is something's got to give, and it's probably got to give in the terms of my social media numbers, which is how everything works. So I'm not really focused on who is sharing my stuff and why. It's not not a good rabbit hole to go down and start looking at every profile. Go, I gotta block them. I don't like them. They're holding a fucking shotgun or something. I don't know, man. I want to buy a gun. So my views on guns have changed so much in the last year because this city is falling apart. because Governor Cuomo is busy touching people at his Italian functions. That's what we do. We touch. We touch. I know I should be governing my city and my state, but I'm busy trying to fuck someone a third of my age. Okay? So I'm not going to do that. But. Do I make a choice here? Do I pick a side? This is my childhood shit coming in. Most normal people would just go, hey, I put out a viral video and a bunch of people liked it. It's so kooky and it's fun and whatever. But me, because I'm a child of divorce, maybe you relate. The best, maybe you relate to being divorced. That was a mediocre Sean Connery. That I feel like I actually have to pick a side. And it's also polarizing right now because people actually make you think you got to pick a side and who's your audience going to be. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Whoever likes me, likes me. And, you know, look, if you're showing up to a show with a gun, I guess, I don't know, like, maybe don't do that. But it's so ingrained in me to have to pick a side, because when you're a child of divorce, you have to, oftentimes your parents hate each other. This bullshit that you're fed that, like, you know, it's for the best. It's all for the best. No, it's not for the best. It's for the worst for kids. It's for the worst. I know sometimes you got to get divorced. You know? Gay dad had to get divorced. Okay? Probably a good thing. That was for the best for everybody. He got to explore his sexuality and be with a man, which is who he was meant to be with. My mom got to, you know, she started a daycare, ran her own business, got married, dated a bunch of psychopaths for a while, and then got married, you know, to a guy that was much better fit for her. So that was the best. It doesn't mean it's going to go without tremendous effects on the children. And we didn't have custody. Like there was no split custody. It wasn't like every fortnight you go and stay with your dad. Every third Columbus Day you get to go to fucking Disney World. No, every week it was renegotiated. I'm not sure why they did it. Maybe that was for the I don't know. So every Sunday that we'd have to renegotiate, I was like a stock. I was like fucking Dogecoin or whatever the fuck people are doing. I don't even know. I don't even know how to use a fucking what is that coin machine where you bring your quarters to get cash in. I don't even know how to use that fucking thing. So every Sunday, like, they would pitch us, be like, who do you want to come with this week? Who do you want to come with? Who do you want to stay with, mommy or daddy? You want to stay with mommy or daddy? You want to stay with mommy or daddy? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm 5. I'm 5 years old. I don't know. I don't know how to make these choices and consider feelings and emotions and rationalize that one of my parents is going to be hurt and abandoned if I pick the other one. I don't know. I think a lot of kids go through that. Did you? Tell me in the chat. Tell me how fucked up you were from divorce. So I'd have to pick. You know, and it was almost like picking political parties, because each one would make the other side look like the extremes, like we're doing right now. Like, you can go stay with your dad, but you know your dad is I don't know, he's like doing this thing called QAnon, and he's a flat earther. So yeah, you can stay with your dad and like, you know, just look at your flat earth globe, and that sounds fun. Like, I think he's going to a flat earth convention on Saturday. That'll be fun, right? And then you guys are going to a rifle convention, and I don't know, then you're gonna light fireworks. That sounds fun. But if you want to come with me, let me know. And then my dad would be like, yeah, you could come with me for the week, or you can go to your mom, who's started this new club called Antifa. And look, if that's better for you, if you're more comfortable, I want you to be comfortable. So if you want to go to the Antifa riots, that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? I think I have an extra mask I can give you. And I think I can give you some lighter fluid and a knife, and you can just like go, you know, just break shit and call the country racist and have a good time. Like, I don't want to keep you from having a good time. I'd be like, let me think about that. Okay, Mommy and Daddy, let me think about that. Maybe I'll write in my journal. Do I want to go with Mommy or Daddy? Mommy Antifa or Daddy QAnon? Let me think about it. And then I would just probably go jerk off because that's what I started to do to escape from all this shit. How long did you jerk off before you actually ejaculated? You ever think about that? It's probably 2 years for me. Nothing came out. The first time something came out, I know I'm going way off the rails here, but how wild was that? I guess only the men will know about this, but that was wild. I mean, like, think about it in this way, right? The penis is a weapon. Let's not mince dicks here. And you're literally shooting loads out. I mean, it's like a gun. So there is something almost gun-like about it. And you're firing rounds off. You think I'm going to edit this part out? No, I might cut the rest of the podcast out and only put that 30 seconds out just to fucking show how brave I am in this world of adversity and oppression. So I'd have to make my choice. So what I'm going to do here, guys, because the comedians are already putting the pressure on me. Like, really? Do you want those people to come to your shows? Are you sure, dude? Do you want pedophiles at your show? I'm like, I don't. Just slow down. It's. Do you know how hard it is to convert views on Twitter to humans driving an hour to a comedy club, getting a babysitter, even finding your stand-up to know you do stand-up, coming out and supporting you? It's like 1 out of 1,000 will do that. So slow down. Slow down, Jerry Seinfeld. How do you want QAnon? Or do you want the yoga people? Because yoga's torture. It's torture. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my decision. If I have to choose smoking hot yoga teachers from Brooklyn or bearded QAnon people from God knows where, I'm going to do it just like I chose whose house I was going to go to during the week, my mother's or my father's. I'm going to do it by finding out what they're having for dinner. Duh. If QAnon's having fucking rack of lamb and garlic mashed potatoes and a piece of ice cream cake for dinner, I'm going to Daddy. I want Daddy. Daddy good. If QAnon's going to let me stay up and watch Beavis and Butthead and Insomnia with Dave Attell and South Park, I'm going to Daddy. Daddy QAnon. My Daddy QAnon. But if Mommy Yoga is going to have fucking bolognese and 5 scoops of chocolate and some mint chocolate chip and then just let me stay up all night smoking weed, I'll go to Mommy. But unfortunately, yoga people eat gross shit. Gross shit. If there was a restaurant at a yoga studio, they'd be like, good evening, and today's specials, let's see. For a main course, we have birdseed with a side of teaspoon of rice. And then for dessert, we have 2 raisins and a nut. Do you want me to repeat those specials? No. I think I'll be going to my dad's house for dinner tonight. Thank you. Hey, there we go. We talked it out. That's why I do the podcast, so I can talk things out and figure out what to do. Hello? It's called nuance. It's called nuance, you fucking racists. You patriarchal racists. Who's retweeted? I've gotten some good retweets. This was the biggest one. And it was actually kind of shocking to me a little bit. I don't think I've had celebrities retweet stuff. Like, I pretended to be the Humans of New York guy, and I did a prank video, and he shared it, but he's not a celebrity in the way that I grew up watching him on TV or something. Kirstie Alley retweeted my Fauci. Just have a moment of silence for how hot she was. Let me pull her up. Okay, Kirstie Alley, who was on Cheers with Ted Danson. She was in Look Who's Talking, and I was madly in love with her. In fact, until she retweeted this, and I just started looking up. Oh, good Lord. Okay, there's her in a bikini. Okay, so I started looking up pictures of her in Cheers, and Look Who's Talking, and it hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. It hit me like Governor Cuomo's hands on an 18-year-old. That was my type. Like, that was my prototype for my whole life. A girl that I dated a few years ago looked like her. So that was magnificent to get the Kirstie Alley retweet. And I was like, maybe she still looks the same. I don't know. Maybe she hasn't changed in 40 years. And she still looks like Kirstie Alley from Look Who's Talking. And I can just send her a DM and be like, you want to grab some birdseed? I don't know if you're doing yoga, but you want to grab some birdseed? Or maybe we could snort some crushed quinoa together? Or make an almond necklace and nibble on it over the course of a week? Do a silent retreat? She doesn't look the same. I mean, she's much older now. But that was fucking cool. That was cool. And I said, thank you. I said, hey, thanks for retweeting. And then she liked it. And that's just weird, man. I'm telling you. I'll never get over it. I'll never get over celebrity. It still blows my mind. It's too ingrained in childhood. You can't conceptualize what you're seeing when you're at a movie and you're seeing like the Titanic or what's another movie I love? She's All That. I saw that like 50 times. Laney Boggs. Had a big boner for Laney Boggs too. If Laney Boggs retweets my shit, I'm just gonna fucking lose it. So Kirstie Alley retweeted it, and who? Meghan McCain, John McCain's daughter. And I wrote her a message. I said, thank you. I said, thank you so much. Because, look, these people have a big reach. Not in my political party. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Also, as I mentioned last time, I don't have a political party anymore. So that makes me a free agent. 1-800, I don't give a fuck. Because I tell you what, if I was a deep Dem, if I was deep into the Dem life that I used to be in, I might go, oh, I don't, like, some people, like, sent me a, like, yucky face when she did that, and I just said, hey, I'm broke. I couldn't sell out an 8-person cafe in fucking Manhattan. I don't care who retweets it. And if they're nice, that's great. So I said thank you, and she said, hey, I love the videos. Me and my husband are watching it. She said, do you want to come on my husband's podcast? And I said, yes. I didn't look him up. I didn't see what his thing is. I'll look up the podcast. I've seen him on TV. Looks like a nice guy. And I'm going to do it. Look, here's the deal. This is what's so interesting to me. I can't get, and I'm not playing a victim here, but I can't get on, I've tried. I can't get on the classic channels. I can't get on the typical, I'm not taking the typical path that comedians take. I thought I would. Believe me. Okay? Believe me. Right? Believe me. I thought I would. And I'm stuffed up. This is what I actually thought. I thought I'll get on SNL, because that's what people told me. I will do The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I'll do that every 6 months. My friend Mark Norman does it all the time. Hey, comedy. We're really doing it. I'm doing The Tonight Show. I'm probably gay. Hey, comedy. And that's awesome. I love seeing him on. And it's the only time I watch those shows is when Mark is on. I love watching his sets. But I thought, I'll do that. I'll be doing a little Kimmel. I'll be doing Colbert every 9 months. And then I'll tour from being on SNL. And I was on fucking America's Got Talent 8 years ago, and I got kicked off the first episode. I got in a fight with Heidi Klum and Howie Mandel, and I refused to leave the stage, and Howard Stern stood up for me, which was awesome. None of it happened, okay? I'm 11 years in now. 11. It's a lot of years. So at this point, I am going to go on any podcast anybody invites me on, unless it literally is like a QAnon thing. If someone's just conservative or very liberal or somewhere in between, I don't care. I'm going to go on the podcast. What better way to get across to people who have a different opinion than you? That's what I don't get. It's like, last night I told someone I'm going on Newsmax on Friday. And they were like, are you fucking serious, dude? Do you know what they talk about on Newsmax? Are you informed about the things they're talking about on Newsmax? I'm like, I've barely heard of Newsmax. I looked it up. The guy who I'm going on his show, his name's Rob. He's a conservative. Didn't seem to be spitting conspiracy theories. He gives his opinion because he's conservative and he's a Trump supporter. But like, why would I not go on and try to offer something from my perspective? Not to force it down anyone's throat, but like, that's how people start to get along. They go, hey, don't have the same political views. Thanks for having me on the show and helping get my comedy out there. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going on there to make a political speech. I'm going on there to do my Fauci impression. And get some followers. I'm playing the game is what I'm doing. I'm playing the game. But it's so funny, these reactions. And maybe I shouldn't be telling anybody. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. My therapist, he was like, do you want to go? Are you sure you want to go on? It could be, career suicide. I go, what career? What career? I've done a lot of cool shit over 15 years since I started acting. It's not a career. The money I make right now is from you guys on Patreon. You can go on Patreon and see how much money I make every month. By the way, patreon.com/Tyler Talks if you want to support me. That is the way I'm doing it. And that was it. That was the moment I became free to really start exploring. When I go, you know what? No matter what happens, if I get removed from YouTube or this or that, or like TikTok takes down so many of my videos, I don't even want to make them anymore. I'll just make stuff and put it right on Patreon. You can just upload videos there. That'll be my own YouTube page. So you got to have some protection. So anyways, I'm going on Newsmax on Friday. And I'm excited to do something different. I do the same shit every fucking day. Every day. I canceled the stand-up show on Friday night. I'm doing one at 7. I was supposed to do one at 9:30. And I was like, you know what? Instead, I'm going to dress up. I'm going to go to a film studio. It's going to be live. The fucking station is in 150 million homes. And I'm not going to go on there and be like, yeah, fuck you, conservatives. You better fucking listen up. You better defund the fucking yoga studio. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and just be myself. And I don't know, maybe mention that I grew up with a gay dad and mental illness in my family. I don't know, just to be like, hey, I'm a normal guy who has a diverse background. So I'm excited. That's all I'm going to say. I don't have a choice, okay? I don't have a choice. Either I can go back to babysitting, which is what I used to do, or I can start going on. Well, this is exciting. I'm going on JL Covin's podcast tonight. If you don't know JL, why do I feel like I'm saying his name wrong? That's weird. JL, it's Covin. JL. I have the minor dyslexia thing, so I love this guy. Yeah, it's Covin. He does a Trump impression and Mitch McConnell, and this guy fucking makes me laugh so hard. I think he is one of the best impressionists ever. I think SNL fucked up by not bringing him on their show. I cry, and I think his podcast is called The Trump Cast. Right? I think. Yes. Making podcasts is great again. That's what it's called. So I'll be Fauci, and I'm going to go on. He'll interview me as Trump. So we're doing that tonight. I'm not sure when it's going to come out, but I'll let you know. So that was awesome. That was like one of the first podcasts I've been invited on. This guy Joe had me on last week, which was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll post a clip from that. But like, I am trying to get on the big ones. I'm not sitting around waiting for shit anymore. I reach out to guys. I go, hey man, I know you're a fan of my comedy. Can I do your podcast? And they'll go, yeah. And then I'll go, can I have a date? Can we do this? And then they disappear. And then someone will invite me on their podcast. I was invited on this huge lesbian podcast. I'm just saying that because that's what it is. I don't care if she's a lesbian. She was, I thought, my friend, invites me on her podcast to promote my stand-up special. And then right after the George Floyd thing, she literally, I'm not kidding, and I save these messages, said, "I'm sorry, I can no longer have on a white male." Oh, well, isn't that special? Same thing happened last week. Another big podcast. Two guys I know are big fans of mine. Love to have you on the podcast a few months ago. I'd follow up. I just saw one of the hosts yesterday, and he goes, "Hey, man, we're only having women on now." Well, isn't that special? So, I'm doing what I can, guys. And I started my own, and JL's having me on, and John McCain's daughter's husbands, nieces, cousins, friends, gardeners, masseuses, pool guys, teachers having me on. And if you got one, hit me up. Hit me up, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. And then maybe I can get on Theo Vaughn's, dude. Maybe because I fucking look like him. Maybe if I get my fucking mullet rocking, he'll have me on, man. Because that's what I'm talking about. So, very excited for that. For those things. Very, very excited. You're going on Newsmax? Are you okay talking to a pedophile? You look like a child from the back, Tyler. What if he sees your buttocks and tries to rape it? I don't know. I'm going to do that, or I'm going to go perform for 8 people in a 12% capacity basement. By the way, when the audience is at 12% capacity, guess what else is? The laughs. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. LOL. LOL. I've lost all my sense of humor over the last year. Ha ha. Triggered. Patriarchal, oppressive material. Ha ha. Cancelled. You mentioned an Asian in the last joke. Cancelled. But I have some, what does that say? I want people to understand it's for life. Oh, I just wrote, I want people to know that I'm doing things for laughs. People want to, man, we're really mixing politics into everything. It's getting ridiculous. What the fuck? I'm like, do I have to have people sign a waiver at a comedy club just to go like, hey, you agree that you're seeing comedy and that this isn't a fucking one-man show or a, indoctrination camp or attempt to persuade you to do something. But I have faith, man. I really do. I'm feeling positive about all of it because of Patreon and all that stuff. Because there's a lot of guys that are killing it. And I even said that last night. I hosted a show at the Stand Comedy Club. That's mostly where I'm at. So you can go on my website, tylerfisher.com, and I'm at the Stand mostly. And I love the club. It's in Union Square, New York. But I took a pause and I go, yeah, are you guys triggered? Like, can we just get real right now? Are you triggered? Have I triggered you? Do you want to stop and take a 5-minute meditation and get realigned? So you never know, man. You never know. You never know. This guy in the crowd was trying to get his wife pregnant. And like, dude, I spent the whole show hosting. There was 12 comedians on because they had to combine 2 shows because it was raining out. They couldn't do the outdoor show. 12 comics. Every time I got back up, I just made fun of this guy's sperm. And then there's some horny guy in the crowd. I was like, he should fuck your wife. And I just did that all night. And they were so on board. And like, you just gotta have fun. People want to laugh, dude. They want to laugh so bad. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. And you just don't know. You don't know. This is what I'm trying to stop doing, to be like, because like that couple, they were super hot. They were fucking, dude, this guy looked like John Hamm in fucking, what's it called? What's this show called? You're going to discover I don't watch TV during this podcast. You know, where he does the cop. What if I don't move on until I figure this out? How painstaking. I'm in pain right now already. I can feel it. John Hamm, the show where he's a copywriter for an ad Mad Men. Fuck yeah. I don't even have to edit out that dead air. Mad Men. That's what this guy looked like. And his wife was a smoke show. And they just loved hearing me talk about him just like coming just like pulling out and coming too early, and his cum is too small. It was fun. It was fun. But the night before, I do a show at an art gallery in the Lower East Side. Comedy in an art gallery is tough because it's just, when you go to an art gallery, everybody kind of whispers. They go, oh, look at this, look at this. Oh, this is a Monet on canvas. Look at that. That's a watercolor. Interesting. 1843. Monet was known for his tiny strokes and using his blue tones. Interesting. So then have like loud comedy people like, yeah, fuck this girl from Tinder. It's a tough mix. And by golly gee whiz, horse face fucking pony soldier if I didn't bomb for the first couple minutes. But then I got him. I went around and there's art on the wall, and I was like, and this is true. If I go to I used to take women to the Metropolitan Museum of Art for dates because it was so cheap, and so I like to just pretend like I know art. So I'd be like, oh, look at this. I love that. What is that? A horse on canvas? Oh, that's who's that? Cezanne. He did a lot of horse with paint. He painted horses a lot on white sheets of canvas, and then would frame it and do frames. So that's what he was known for. And what is that? Oh, Van Gogh. Look at that. Yeah, Van Gogh was known for drawing paintings with a thick brush. He was a thick brush guy. What could I say? He's like, get those thin brushes away from me. And she'd be like, I think I'm going to go home now. So I did some dark shit. And these people had, not to make fun or anything, but they had, look, they're art gallery people, okay? They had the resting NPR face. They had the real, I think I have resting, they had the resting NPR face. Just, oh, interesting. They all had a cup of tea for some reason. Smoking jewels. Just, oh, that joke patriarchal much? Wow. Why did he start his comedy set? He hasn't even stated his pronouns yet. How will we know how to refer to him after the show? So I go, you know what? I'm making a choice. I'm doing my shit. I'm not changing anything. I did a real fucking Bill Burr. Like, fuck these cunts, all right? I'm just going to do my shit if I have to fucking bomb. Fucking art gallery people. These fucking cunts. Right? Oh, Monet is so fucking nice. His early work with the fucking... Brutal. Fucking brutal. But I'm doing my shit. So I did a joke. I did the joke about dating a girl with a mask on, taking the mask, not seeing her face, only seeing her eyes for 4 dates. And my friend asks, is she hot? I say, she's not Asian. And sometimes people get really mad. In fact, an Asian girl ran out of the show once. So I tell that, and then I double down on that joke now, where I say someone came up to me after the show and said I was racist, and I have a whole nother joke. Dude, it killed. It killed. And this was a big, hollow art gallery. It was echoey and weird. It was like performing in a fucking mosque or something. And it killed. And I go, yeah, dude, people want to laugh. You can't assume that because they like Cezanne and fucking a different artist, I don't know more than one or two, that they're not going to laugh at that shit. So it felt good. It felt very good. Very, very good. Mother's Day was it yesterday? Guys, what the fuck? Some of these men that were writing posts, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I was blown away. I was like, is this like try to fuck your mom day? Because some of these posts, I'm like, this is poetic. This is stuff that you wouldn't even say to your girlfriend. Just like, I want to wish my mother a happy Mother's Day. She is my rock. She is the root to my tree. She's the most beautiful, foxy, drop-dead, sexy bitch I've ever seen. I remember when I was 5, wrapped around her legs, looking at her legs, going, these are the most beautiful legs I've ever seen. Who did Leonardo da Vinci sculpt these legs? Another artist. My mom is such a fucking babe. I love you so much. Your butt is perfect. Even in those mom jeans, it still holds up and has some bounce. I remember when I was riding my bike when I was 5 and you were getting the mail. I go, damn, my mom's got a fat ass. Anyways, love you, Mom. See you later tonight. I'm like, what? Are you trying to fuck your mom? I'm not going to get into this because I'm already at 46 minutes, but that's called emotional incest, okay? This is an important topic, I think. There's a thing called, there's classic, you get your classic incest, right? Your classic, top item on the menu, incest. Emotional incest is when a parent or relative or something, usually a parent, treats you like a partner, treats you like a boyfriend or girlfriend. That's what I'm seeing here, okay? And maybe it's because I experienced that as a kid. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. It might be because I gave my mom back massages when she had a headache. I don't know. It might be because my mom would cry and I have to hug her and make her laugh and then make her fucking bolognese and a cheesecake and do all the gardening and the cleaning and help her fucking run her daycare. But maybe not. I'm just tossing stuff out. Emotional incest could be devastated. Let me ask you this, ladies. Ladies, have you dated a guy who's extra needy, needs to be touched, needs to be loved at every second? Well, you're probably dating a guy who's a survivor of emotional incest, also known as covert incest, opposed to overt, which might be, actually having sex with someone in your family. The tricky part about covert, this is, what a way to end. What a fucking bang I'm going out on, huh? What a fucking bang. Can't stop, though. You might be touched in a certain way. I like to hold the pen. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing work. There's nothing on here. It just says, don't give up. You have to think about it this way, right? If you're in a romantic relationship and you have a partner, most of the time, you're not having sex. Most of the time, if it's a sexual encounter, it might be like a cute little face or a kissy or like a kiss on the cheek or like a stroke of the neck or a massage or like, oh, I missed you. Parents sometimes treat their kids like that and they talk to their kids like that. And I'd say oftentimes it's, what am I, a fucking doctor? Maybe. It's if the relationship is not going well. Right, they're not getting the love they need from their husband, or vice versa. Then they'll become emotionally dependent on their child. Man, I sound articulate. God, I guess I'm an expert in this. Or it can happen if the parents divorced. Right. In my case, my dad left. My mom was there. I'm 7. I essentially became her partner. We made a lot of sauces. I tell you, we made a lot of sauces. Watched shows together. I slept in bed with her until I was 14 years old. Why am I telling you this? Because I am on my second cup of coffee. And I didn't even know this until I was in my 30s, until I was in one of my 12-step programs, which is about not being able to be in functional relationships. There's a 12-step meeting for that. Can't get it up? There's a meeting for that. Like to drink? There's a meeting for that. Into kids? There's a meeting for that. There actually isn't, and I heard a psychologist say they should have 12-step meetings for pedophiles because 12-step meetings runs on accountability. So you have all these people reaching out to you constantly. Hey, are you drinking? Are you okay? You got to check in. My point is, that's what we need to do. We need to start making 12. That's what I'll do. Yeah. That'll be my contribution to this society, is making 12-step meetings for pedophiles. And hey, you know what? That actually could be the best thing that I could do for society. So you touch your kids, and I was in the park actually last week, and this woman was like, her son, grown man, married, wife was next to him. He's in her in her legs nestled, and she's like massaging his head like this, and I go, emotional incest. Look out for it. You're going to see it. Maybe you've experienced it. So when I saw these Mother's Day things, I go, oh shit, that's what I used to do, until I realized you can't save nobody. You can't save nobody. Nobody. I did it. Sometimes I can't help it, and I post an inspirational quote on Instagram. I just go, no. My friend the other day goes, only post comedy. Don't post anything else. Just comedy, just comedy, just comedy. Occasionally I slip up. It's fine. A fan of mine wrote on my page the other day, goes, it is just mind-blowing to watch a comedian that I like go from telling dog and ice cream jokes to telling right-wing comedy. He was referring to my Fauci video. This fucking cunt, and I could say cunt because I do a Bill Burr impression. I did like a response story. I shouldn't, not that I shouldn't have done it, but I just was like, hey guys, just to let you know, I'm getting these messages. People think I'm a right-wing comic. I'm not. I'm not right-wing. I'm not left-wing. I make fun of everything. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Please unfollow me. I don't want you coming around here, okay? I don't want you here. Aren't you embarrassed? So occasionally I slip up. Right, but I did post this inspirational quote. I posted an inspirational quote. I thought it was nice. I really did. I thought maybe the people like it. It said something along the lines of, "Don't try to save someone who isn't willing to like participate in their own saving." I think that ties into the emotional incest thing. If you have a parent who's suffering, you want to make them feel better, give them massages, cook for them, cuddle up, watch movies. It's creepy. It's incest, period. Period. Hey, I don't know. Maybe I'll do another episode on emotional incest. I think you guys want a whole 50 minutes on it. So that was just funny to see all those Mother's Day things. And then I called my grandmother. My mom, she goes, you know, my mom's not like doing great mentally. She went off the deep end, and we're actually a really tiny family, so it was the shallow end. I told that joke last night. It bombed. Comic was like, "That's funny, dude. You should try that." It fucking tanked, just like my mom's mental health. No, so I called her, and then she said, texted me. She goes, "Make sure you call your grandma." And I'm going, "It's not Grandmother's Day. It's not Grandmother's Day." But I decided to call her. She loves Trump. We used to fight a lot, and now I just like do Trump for her. I do all of when I call her now, I just try out my Trump and Biden jokes. It's so fun. Just, Carolyn, look, the failing nursing home that you're in, right? The food is, let's say, yucky, right? And the service is so slow. How about that Heron Court you're living in? Heron Court, they call it, right? Heron Court, because there's birds apparently flying around. But it's Mother's Day, and you're a mother, right? You're a mother. And a mother's mother, frankly. And the daughter of a mother, and a long line of mothers. And I want to make mothers great again. And she was like, that's great. So that was a fun way to end the night. Guys, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support, patreon.com/Tyler Talks. Podcast is out every Monday on the audio version. The video comes out Tuesday for patrons. Get it first. The whole thing on YouTube. Have an awesome week. Do something nice for yourselves. Stop trying to save people. Let's get these pedophiles into the meetings. Peace.